Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Monday night Wi-Fi Freedom call. I'm Michelle Ball, and I'm National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus Company. And tonight is all about men. I wanted to just welcome everybody to our call this evening. If you're new to Zoom, thanks for joining. I'm sure somebody's going to very much appreciate your feedback after this. And I wanted to start with just a little bit on network marketing, which is a totally different way and something that I believe to be a better way. Interestingly, 82 out of 100 women that earn over $100,000 a year do it through network marketing. So when I first heard that statistic, I was totally blown away. I had no idea, especially coming from oil country, that the high earning women were doing network marketing. And, you know, you see all kinds of it out there. It's becoming more and more popular because I believe that people want to start supporting locally again. You see this locavore movement, people going towards smaller shops and boutiques, buddies that they know own something. And it's no different with network marketing. People's minds are opening way up. We're going away from big box stores like Walmart and Superstore and that sort of thing. And what we're seeing in our industry is a huge increase in men joining. We've seen some men join our business in particular and completely blow it up, earning, you know, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month within 2 years of hard work. So I'm really excited tonight to have this men's perspective onto network marketing, on our product, Juice Plus, and on our franchise with the Juice Plus Company. I think that there's a big movement as well in working online. So I'm first going to, before we get into a little bit about the business and network marketing, what we do, I just want to share with you guys what our product is. You know, there's tons and tons of products out there. And I was thankful and grateful to watch a video that talked about network marketing being a better way. Totally blew my mind personally. And in it, it had a couple things to look for when you were looking to start a network marketing business. Eric Worre, one of my big mentors, does not promote one particular company, but he talks about what makes a solid company and which ones you should choose. Number one, that you should look for a business in the wellness industry. The wellness industry is one of the fastest growing. It's not going out of style. People are looking to invest in their health. It is our highest paying investment. If you don't have your health, you have nothing. And so definitely looking into the wellness industry. And the other key point to look for is you want to look for a consumable product. And what I mean by that is your customers are not one and done. So if you're looking at something like Juice Plus, it's a consumable product that people eat every day. We'll talk a little bit more about the product in a second. But what that means is it's going to give you residual income. You get a customer, you take good care of them, they continue to be your customer and contribute to your paycheck for the rest of your life potentially. And then you also get paid on your team and their customers. Now, if you're working with a different product that, you know, somebody orders something and then they don't need something potentially for the rest of their lives, it's much more difficult to build a residual income. And what residual income is just passive income that comes into your bank account on payday. For us, it's on the 10th of the month. It gets deposited electronically. And residual means it's passive. You know, work that I did back in 2012, I'm still getting paid for now. And it can then just build and build and build. So you really want to look for a consumable product. The other thing you want to look for is evidence and proof. If you're looking at a company that's based on testimonials, that could be a little bit dodgy. And you also want to look for a company with longevity, which I am so happy to say that we have everything in those categories to offer you. So first, let's take a look at the product before we move on here. Okay, so like I said, people are looking to work from home or online right now. They want to work part-time hours. This whole concept of working 40 years for 40 hours a week is kind of a dying thing, you know, to retire with that gold watch. And people really do want to look for a different way to earn an income, more time with their families, more time doing what they love, being their own boss, fitting work around you. This is our product. It's called Juice Plus. It's very, very simple to the point. It's so simple to the point that I was extremely skeptical. I myself am a high school science teacher, and I really didn't think that anyone would need powdered fruits and vegetables. So what Juice Plus is it's over 30 different whole foods that are grown until completely vine ripened. Then they're put into a massive grinder. The grinder then pulverizes the fruits and vegetables to the microscopic particles that are easier to absorb in our bodies. It's dried out at very, very low temperatures, so everything stays live, and then it's put into either a capsule or a chewable. So the ingredient list that you're looking at is truly the ingredients that are in Juice Plus. We've got an NSF certification proving that there's nothing ever that's been found in Juice Plus that's not on the label, which means it is just pure whole food. Now, when I first heard about it, I thought, okay, that's maybe good for people who don't eat good, but I was a very good eater. My kids as well, they would eat Brussels sprouts, green beans, spinach salads, you name it, they actually would eat it, and myself included. And I really didn't think that there was a need for us to be having powder fruits and vegetables. So when I finally got my son started on it because of his tonsil infections, somebody finally had, shared with me the research and told me that it would balance his immune system, and really asked me, wouldn't I rather try fruits and vegetables before putting him under the knife, because we were at the point of surgery. His infections were every 2 months, and I was just tired of the antibiotics. I was tired of the behavior issues I was seeing, his lack of attention span, his aggression. And so I really just gave in and tried the product to kind of get her off my back, prove to her that it would do nothing, and then cancel in 4 months. It comes in a 4-month supply. You pay once per month. And when I saw the huge transformation in Lincoln's health, in his behavior, in his attention span, I saw his aggression completely disappear. I was wondering, why didn't the real whole food do that we were eating so diligently? And I was very grateful to talk to a doctor, and he gave me just the most simple explanation. He said, I know why you're skeptical. It took me super long to stand behind this product. The research helped, but it really took me trying it to really see that it was benefiting my family before I started recommending it to my clients. And he said, it's this simple, Michelle. If you were able to eat vine-ripened fruits and vegetables, the ones that you grew until they were completely done ripening on the plant, you grew those yourself, and you were able to eat 30 of those vine-ripened fruits and vegetables every single day with the skin, the pits, the peels, all the whole vegetable, you would not need Juice Plus. And that was it. The 3 reasons that Juice Plus is as powerful as it is, and you're going to hear a couple stories tonight, is that it is vine ripened, just like the garden. What we're getting in the grocery store is not ripe anymore. They are picking it up to 2 weeks early, so it's not hitting that peak point of ripeness. So it does not have the phytonutrition in it that it once had. If you look at a bunch of spinach from the 50s, they've done research, and it would actually take 12 bunches of spinach now in our grocery stores today to equate the same nutritional density that you would get from that one bunch in the 50s. We're not eating the whole food. So a lot of the vitamin C, up to 80% of it, is found in the peel of an orange, which we do not eat. So that is going into Juice Plus, and that's a huge bonus. And the last thing is that rainbow variety. If we were eating 30 different things every day, I promise you your body would function incredibly, but we just can't, don't, or won't. And so that's why we started seeing this huge change with Lincoln and his health. That's why Juice Plus has been so powerful in so many people's lives. And that's why people eat it every day. I have single moms that order Juice Plus that will cancel their cable before they will stop taking Juice Plus with their families. And when I ask them about it, it's because they have such a high value for their children's health. They cannot believe the difference with these fruits and vegetables, these raw live fruits and vegetables. We also have a complete protein line. So this is our second product line, sorry. It's a whole food shake, plant-based, vegan, non-dairy. You can use it as a meal replacement. You can use it pre or post-workout. You can use it as a snack, whatever you choose to do with it. They are delicious. Dutch chocolate, to me, tastes like a bit like a watered down chocolate milk. And, when you mix it with milk and chocolate milk. And then the vanilla tastes like white cake. I find them to be absolutely delicious, and I'm not a shake person. We also have our whole food bars. So we've got the dark chocolate and fig, and then we've got our tart cherry and honey, and they are both delicious, and again can be used as a meal. You can use them as a snack or pre or post workout. My son loves the chocolate one. He gets one in his lunch every day. It's whole food, held to the same product standards, quality standards as our Juice Plus. So I love that he's getting one of these every day rather than, a Fiber One or some sort of other granola bar that's loaded with sugar. We then have our tower garden, which is our third product. And this is a aeroponic growing system. In the basin of this is water. This is dirt-free gardening. And as a result, it's very, very easy. I have people say, like, I have a black thumb, there's no way. And then they send me pictures of their tower garden, and I can't believe how well they're doing. You plug this thing into the wall, it has a pump, and it showers earth mineral tonic water mixture over the roots, and then it goes air tonic, air tonic, air tonic, and it alternates, at which really benefits the plants, and they grow very, very quickly. You can grow anything that's not a root-bearing vegetable, although I have heard of some people doing that, some root vegetables. They eat the best things to grow on here: lettuce, tomatoes, really anything that doesn't have a root. And you can harvest this all year round. You can grow it indoors with grow lights, and up here in Canada, that's a real plus. So if you notice, our three product lines, the Juice Plus, the Complete, and the Tower Garden, simply are our effort to help families get more nutrition into their diet. It's a really honorable product line. It's one that I'm proud to stand behind, and it's very, very simple. We don't have a catalog full of 400 products. There are 3 product lines, and our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world, and I really feel that we do a good job with these products. As I mentioned before, we have over 30 published. We're just about to have our 35th published clinical research study. Our research is peer-reviewed, which means that it is done at a university. Much of our research is funded by Juice Plus, but what we fund is the question. So we'll ask them, does this affect inflammation in a positive way? And then the MD Cancer Institute or Yale or whatever university will take that question. They'll take our product and they'll do the research. And then we have no more control. We have zero control over the answer, whether it's good or bad. The university certainly doesn't bias the study because they are highly renowned places of education. Then they put that research in front of a peer review panel of scientists that decide if the study was done to high enough standards to be published in medical journals. As you can see here with this image, we have a lot of them that are published in medical journals. So our research is very, very solid. In general, what our research says is that this product is getting into the bloodstream. Our body is recognizing it and using it like real, raw, whole food. So that's really all I needed to see. Once I saw the research, I thought, okay, I'm not going to pee this out, for lack of a better term. If anybody's ever eaten multivitamins and had the bright yellow pee, I really didn't want to be having that with Juice Plus because I didn't want to be wasting my money and seeing it go down the toilet, literally. So the research is showing us that our body is using this product and we are benefiting from it. We also have an NSF certification, which means that it is safe for Olympic athletes to take, infants, because simply what an NSF certification means is that it is anything that is on the label is in the product, and anything that is not will never be found in the product. That means heavy metals, contaminants, molds, pesticides, herbicides. None of that has ever been found in Juice Plus. We've held our NSF certification for over 20 years. The product has been around since 1993. We have never lost the NSF certification. This is a third-party organization. They come in, take product whenever they want, unannounced, and they test it to see if it is just pure raw whole food. And every time it is. So I'm very proud of our certification. And with that, I'm going to stop the screen share. And I'm going to ask Danny to unmute and share with us what he's noticed with the product from a male perspective.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Michelle, for having me tonight. So my name is Danny Stanko. Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan is my hometown, born and raised. I have a girlfriend, and she has an amazing 4-year-old son. So like Michelle, I thought that I was always doing the best that I could be. When I was younger, I never had a problem eating my fruits and vegetables. People always thought that I was the weird kid, you know, going up to the snack bar and grabbing peas and cucumbers and that kind of thing. And, you know, I kind of kept that as I got older. But as everyone knows, life can get hectic. Like right now, for example, like we've got soccer twice a week, between both of us working and daycare, and we just finished up skating as well. Like things are just crazy, so it's hard to keep up with what we know we should be doing. So as far as the product story goes, I don't have an amazing comeback story. I was never really sick. I didn't try to lose any weight or anything like that. So after doing a bunch of research and attending some events and building these awesome relationships with these awesome people, thanks to Brett for helping me with this as well. But I kind of realized that for me, my main thing, I can sum it all up in one word, I guess, is prevention. Don't get me wrong, there's lots of current positives that I'm seeing. More focused with my hectic day-to-day tasks. I have more energy. I'm less exhausted mentally and physically. But to me, it's much more than that. Proactive, I guess, and like I said, prevention. For me, I like to spend a lot of time with friends, so I need to know that I can get out on the weekend and play a game of football and not worry about not being able to walk because I'm so sore the next day. Extra long weekend shifts if I need to pull that with my current job. I need to be there. There's no questions asked. If Caden wants to play soccer after a 10-hour shift, I have to be there too. So most importantly, back to prevention, I need to be able to do this for many years to come. So I need to be able to keep up with Caden when whether he gets into hockey and we got to go on long road trips for the weekend, or he decides to play football. I need to be able to play catch with him for as long as he wants. I can't be the one giving up. If he wants to swing a golf club, I need to be able to do that for as long as he needs me there. If he wants to go on a long fishing or hunting trip, I'll take weeks off and go, but I need to be able to physically be there and do that with him. So my main thing that I've learned over my short year with Juice Plus, thank you, Kim, for introducing me to this, is prevention. You just gotta, I started with one simple change. I started with drinking water, like just keeping track of how much water you drink every day. And it'll surprise you if you aren't doing this already. I recommend trying it. There's various apps and stuff, but it's just one simple change. If you need information on the program, let us know. But it's so simple, and that's how I got my ball rolling. And now I'm so glad I did, because now I have this to lean on those crazy days when I don't have time to make an epic supper for him like I want to. But yeah, that's my journey so far. Listening.
Thanks, Danny. I love that. It's so true. And sometimes we're not going to really feel what prevention feels like other than the energy, like you said. And not everybody's going to have a wow story. But I mean, I just hear the heart behind your story. Of course, we want to spend time with our family endlessly, right? And we want to have that vibrancy and vitality all the way through our lives. So that's an awesome, thank you for sharing. And Kelly has offered to share his story too tonight. Does that work?
There we go. Hi, everyone. I started Juice Plus when I started seeing Michelle, basically. And we started talking about what we did for work, and I was super skeptical and had a million questions for her for pretty much 3 or 4 days straight. Really, that's all I ever wanted to talk about, because I was so interested in business, because I have a natural draw to this, and I saw that she was doing so well. And anyways, I was always a pretty fit guy, played lots of sports and worked out pretty much my whole life. So I always ate right and stuff, and I was super skeptical, like probably a lot of people were when they first got exposed, but you have to be open-minded. And I'm also very worried because me and Michelle were pretty new after, and I really wanted to like the product too. Obviously, I didn't want to have to go back to her and be like, yeah, I don't know, it doesn't do anything. But it just came back for me. It was just keeping an open mind and being willing to try something new, which is what you have if you're gonna find the new things that are really do it for you, right? So I'm glad I got to that spot. When I first started, it was Christmas time. Actually, I started in November, but I didn't really notice anything till about Christmas time. And I noticed that obviously you're eating a lot of junky food and drinking, and I was waking up in the morning with feeling great, no hangover, nothing. normal energy, where normally I would just been a mess, like reaching for water with a dry mouth and feeling like garbage from eating sugary foods. But no, I was good. So that was my first thing that I noticed. And then I noticed I had a lot more energy, way better sleep, better gym recovery for sure. And I also noticed when I'm in the grocery store, and this goes for my kids as well, because they're on the child health study, is we were leaning towards, we'd always go for I've spent tons of money on berries now and grapes, and my kids just destroy them. We get home from the grocery store, my kid eats usually 2 clamshells of raspberries and stuff like that, which is an expensive habit, but a good one. And so we all just started craving more fruits and veggies, which is fantastic for the kids, right? With the chews. So that was obviously awesome. I work in camp as well. I'm in camp right now, up near the fires in Fort Mac. And obviously we can't control what we eat. We kind of have a couple choices a night, and it's not always what I would choose to take at home. And Juice Plus has been super valuable to me there because, like I said, the food isn't always perfect, not exactly what the best quality or the best produce or veggies. Shift recovery as well has been huge for sleep. I can't say enough about that change for me. I was used to getting up 2-3 hours a day, especially on nights. Now I just sleep through just like a normal evening or whatever. Like, one of the other story about camp life was about 2 weeks ago, probably. I'm pretty much good because I like to dial up when I'm stressed or work hard or whatever. And I accidentally ran out in camp, and I didn't have complete, so no capsules and no complete. And I didn't think it was a big deal because it was only 3 or 4 days. And what a difference that 3 or 4 days was for me. I came home from work that set, and I have an old rugby injury, which Michelle later pointed out to me that wasn't bothering me for months, and I had no idea because I just didn't realize it. My knee was just a mess because I've been on my feet for days, obviously, on end, and I was already home. On my hands, like my skin, I have really, my skin like cracks and bleeds basically. And so all that was going on, and it hadn't happened until I'd completely forgotten Juice Plus. So right from then, like Michelle was telling me all these things about it, like, oh, your knee hasn't been sore and your hands skin feels smoother and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, right, whatever. And then I forgot it. What a reality check for me. I was like, oh my God, like, okay, fine. I even texted her and I was like, so I'm up in camp right now and I'm out of Juice Plus and I'm a mess. Like, I need to get home. Like, my body is just completely deteriorated. Crap. My hands are like split, and I'm limping because my knee hurts. So that's my Juice Plus experience.
Thanks, Cal. With all that smoke up there, which I know has subsided, I was after him to take like 4 or 5 times the adult dose because I know his oxidative stress will not be normal with that kind of exposure. Plus, he's a welder, so he gets a lot of chemical exposure every day. So knowing that he's on Juice Plus is really important to me. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, with that, I think that I'm just going to share a little bit about our business. I have just one quick image to share with you guys. And then I'm going to have some people share with us what they, as men, have noticed about our opportunity. So about our business, the parent company of Juice Plus, so it used to be called NSA, they have been around for 46 years. So this company is incredibly solid. The product Juice Plus came around in 1993, and our company is a multi-billion-dollar company. We've got over $10 billion in sales. It costs $50 to buy yourself a business, which I find to be incredibly cheap, to the point I wish it cost a little bit more, so that people might be like, wow, like this is, take it more seriously, because it's such a low investment. I mean, zero risk to get involved. There are no monthly minimums. The company ships your product, pays your team, does your bills. They have a small product line. You get residual income. The company really does everything for you, and you get to just go out and share and inspire people, which I love. Juice Plus is free for children. We are very much media driven, social media for sure. So that's why we call it Wi-Fi freedom, because really you can do a little or a lot. And as long as you treat your business like a business and you focus on it consistently, you really can build up a solid income just with social media, doing, anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour worth of work a day towards your business. We've got a solid system that works, and you just kind of share it alongside living your life. What I do love is that there is no monthly minimum. You can do whatever you want, whenever it fits for you in your life. So I'm going to stop the screen share here, and I'm going to ask Mark Schwann to share with us tonight his perspective. Mark is a national marketing director with our company, which is the top level of our company. And at that level, you receive full medical benefits, business expense account, Christmas bonus, tuition reimbursement for your family, and you just get that solid residual income. So Mark, thank you so much for sharing tonight. If you want to just tell us your background and share your story with us, that would be great.
Sure. Thanks for having me, Michelle. It's a pleasure to be here on the call tonight. So I've been a Juice Plus raving fan for 16 years. I've been on the product for a long, long time, and I got involved with Juice Plus. Originally, I met a perfect stranger in a coffee shop, which is pretty awesome. His name's Larry Barnes. Anyways, he at the time I was a professional skier, and he just within a 5-minute conversation, we developed a relationship strong enough for him to ask me if I ate enough fruits and vegetables in my diet, and that was pretty crazy coming from a perfect stranger. But I had to really think about it, and it's obviously the answer was no, that I didn't eat enough fruits and vegetables. So I started taking Juice Plus 16 years ago. Had amazing benefits for me as an athlete. Going through a few knee operations, it was just it was transformational. It was awesome. And throughout the course of the 16 years, I shared Juice Plus with a lot of people. My business came and went. You have your ups and downs in the business, but one thing's for sure, the company never gave up on me, and I never gave up on the company. So 2 years ago, I just decided I had started my own roofing business. So I'm a roofing contractor. And throughout the 10 years of my roofing business, I also saw my ups and downs. I worked really hard. I'm a working guy. And I just came to a point in my life where I knew that there was something better out there. And I knew that personally I had more to offer the world than just putting shingles down on a roof. So I made a decision to go after the business. And within a year, I made it to national marketing director. And I think the reason for that was I was able to turn my worker mentality into an entrepreneur mentality. And that was really, really key for me. And for all the men on the call, and the women, we all know how to work really hard. But if you can apply working smart with hardworking, you can turn your worker mentality into an entrepreneur mentality. And Juice Plus is absolutely the best vehicle, in my opinion, to maximize your potential as an entrepreneur. The thing that really caught me, and the reason I love Juice Plus, is because with my roofing company, I have, as most of you know, when you own a company, you have insurance, you have WCB, you have liability, you have payroll, you're responsible for many, many people, and it just consumes you. It really does. And all you're doing is basically collecting money. You're trading money. You're collecting money, and then you're putting it out the back door. So if you're lucky, you make some money at the end of the year, but most people don't, that traditionally own their own businesses. So I was going through that process over and over again, year in, year out, working my butt off, and, to no greater good, really. So Juice Plus just made sense to me. Obviously, Juice Plus has none of those things. So basically, we get paid to go out and share the love, which is amazing. And I always tell my guys on my team, I'm fortunate to have a lot of men on my team. And I tell them, so your first 1 to 3 years, you can make it to an executive level in our company quite easily if you apply yourself and work as hard as you were working in your other job. If you do that with Juice Plus, you're going to definitely make it in 1 to 3 years. 3 to 5 years, you're going to replace your income probably with Juice Plus. So if you work at it day in and day out, like Michelle said, be consistent, you can replace your full-time income. I know Michelle's doing a fabulous job with that, replacing her teacher's income. And after the 5 years, after you replaced your traditional income from working for somebody else, then the sky's the limit. Like you're totally free to just go out and attack the world. It's so amazing. It allows men, specifically because Michelle asked me to speak upon men. It allows men to have vision again, because men typically go into trades, or we work physically, and you lose vision of what your brain can do. And this business totally allows you to dream again, to think of unlimited possibilities. That's what's most exciting for me, and so exciting for the future. Staying powerful. You have to have staying power. If you decide to commit to Juice Plus, I think one of the big things is you have to have staying power. So you have to believe, first of all, in the product of Juice Plus. You have to understand the concept of our marketing plan and our company, which is like huge. And then you have to appreciate the value of network marketing. And I think that's one area where most men don't really connect to. So if you can understand and appreciate what network marketing has to offer in combination with our company, with a product that never quits, it's the best product on the planet, it's amazing, then it's a win-win situation. And the fourth one is your belief in yourself. So if you can regain that belief in yourself, or get that belief in yourself that you can see this thing through. For your family, although there's so many successful women in our business, and women do this for themselves and for their families. And men, you can do this for yourself and for your families too. Like I have a young daughter, she's 11 years old. The biggest reason I'm doing this is so when I'm 45 years old, I can essentially have an income where I can go and travel. I can do whatever I want with her whenever I want, right? And I can contribute to her college education. I can do the things that I want to do as a single dad, and I'm really proud about that. So, those are all really good things. And I'm just going to close out. And one of the best quotes that I have that I like to live by is, the effect that you have on others is the most valuable currency that you own, right? And once you connect to that conversation, that sentence, it really makes our business look so good, because we have an opportunity to affect so many people so positively every single day. We know Juice Plus works. We know our company's been around for over 40 years. It's amazing. So all you have to do is insert yourself into that model, and life is good, and work hard. It's not a job where you can come in and not work hard and benefit. You've got to put a lot of legwork into it, and you've got to work hard. But let's face it, we all work hard these days. So you can work hard getting rich, or you can work hard staying poor. It's up to you, right? So with that, I mean, it's just awesome. I love it. And obviously, I see Jayna down here at the bottom of the screen. She's one of my great friends. I love Jayna. But it's an awesome family. And if you're sitting on the fence about getting involved, I would say jump in with both feet. You cannot lose. It's awesome.
Oh, Mark, so many zingers, and I love how you touched on having vision again, because I think both men and women hit a point in their lives when they feel that growing up means stop dreaming, just start working and paying the bills, and we don't know how to do anything different. And I really think that's where network marketing shines. And watching how fast you've grown your business in the time that you've decided to put your, shoulders into the harness and really give her has been very, very inspiring. So thank you so much for sharing from a men's perspective, and a business owner, the differences. That was super valuable.
Actually, I'm going to add one more thing, Michelle, and I forgot to add it. When you start with the Juice Plus business, you don't have to quit what you're doing, because a lot of guys that kind of daunts a lot of people, a lot of men, that they think, well, I can't stop what I'm doing just to do this Juice Plus thing, right? So what you do is you implement, you work with your team and your upline to implement a program where you can do Juice Plus in the beginning part-time or anytime, I like to call it, right? And then you gradually implement that into your lifestyle. And over time, it will take over and it will catch up with your JOB. Yeah. So we're not asking people to quit their jobs. We're asking people to think smarter, think outside the box.
Very good points. You know, I have a lot of people on my team that fit it in on coffee break, or, you know, if they're stay-at-home moms, they're doing it at nap time for 5 or 10 minutes, like wherever it fits into the business or into their regular lifestyle. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks. And then, so Brett has offered to share tonight with us, and he is a chiropractor, second generation chiropractor, and also is doing very well with the Juice Plus company. So Brett, if you could unmute and share with us tonight.
Oh, Michelle, everybody can hear me pretty good?
Yeah. Oh, maybe you have to speak up. I saw someone shaking their head a little bit.
Oh, okay, I'll try to talk a little bit louder. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. So, hi everybody. My name is Dr. Brett Klesko. I'm a chiropractor, like Michelle said. I'm a second generation, which means my father's a chiropractor. I grew up with chiropractic. So I'm going to start off with kind of talking a little bit of a life event that happened to me last month. And some of you may understand, some of you might not be there yet, but I turned 30. Yay! And with that, of course, a lot of people sit there and they're just like, well, how do you feel now? And I didn't think it was going to affect me too much, but it kind of did. I kind of sat there and went, okay, I'm 30. What have I done? And it kind of makes you look back and especially the last 10 years of your life, what you did during your 20s. And I kind of sat there and I did what most guys would do with an age crisis going on. And I started thinking, okay, I need a motorcycle. I need to go buy a Corvette. I need to do all those things, like just really midlife crisis it up. So I kind of sat there and I kind of laughed about it and kind of moved on. I had a few people bugged me about it, but one of the major things it did is it made me look at my money situation. It made me look at my debt. It made me look at everything that I was owing, because at this time too, taxes are going through. So it really makes you scrutinize what you've done, especially this last year. And I look back and I look and I see that I didn't have a lot of assets and I had a lot of debt. And it kind of makes you think, so how did I get here? And I'll kind of tell the story about my path to chiropractic. And what it involved was 4 years of undergraduate school, a 5-year graduate program afterwards in 3.5 years, which costs about $150,000 to $200,000. So I walked out of school with an insane amount of debt. And then after that, you're told you're supposed to start practice. And it's a very high startup cost. For a lot of people, it costs $30,000 to $50,000 to open their own practice. So when I started kind of looking into it and looking how much more money did I need, it was hard to look at. And then on top of that, you're told that your first 3 years of opening your own business are going to be negative income, which means you need to have enough loans to cover those first 3 years of practice. And that's pretty heavy stuff. But I truly do love what I do. And as a chiropractor, I wouldn't trade anything for it, because every day I get to work with my hands. Every day I get to constantly keep moving. I can't sit still. I get to use my mind. I get to do everything that I love to do. All my talents are chiropractic. But you realize really quickly too is that you're tied to your practice. If you're not there, you're not making money. When you're not there, you're spending negative money. You have to pay your staff. You have to pay your overhead. You have to pay all these things. So if you want to go on vacation, you better not have just enough money to make it through vacation, but to make up for those 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 weeks that you're gone. So it was a very interesting, well, I've been in practice for 3.5 years now. So it's been a very interesting 3.5 years. Another side to it, as a private business owner, we get no benefits and we get no pension. So you better hope by the time you're ready to retire that you have enough money saved up, or that something doesn't happen and you have to retire early, because then what? So things that I went into chiropractic for that I really wanted to. As a guy, we are the providers, right? We're the big, strong providers, and then we bring our money home to the wife kind of thing, classically, right? But that's a pride issue for us. If we're not creating money or creating an income, we're not providing, and that hits you a little bit. On the times when I was first starting up, I know I'd come home with these small paychecks at a small little bit, and I kind of got upset because it just wasn't something that I thought that I would ever have to worry about once I graduated and became a doctor. But it was, and it's still kind of an issue to this day when we have costs like I have a 7-month-old at home, and there's hidden costs everywhere. Constantly fight with it. So Other things I wanted my practice to do was I wanted it to give me time freedom. I wanted it to give me the ability to just spontaneously pick up and go, whether that be camping somewhere, whether that be taking off to Vegas with a few friends or something like that, like anything. I just wanted that freedom to just disappear. What I also really wanted was that extra $1,000 a month that can just go towards investing or towards saving for future, for whatever reasons it may be. Those are big things that I always wanted. Another thing, I really wanted Tesla, so that's one of the other things I wanted to bring to me. But the other thing is I really wanted longevity. I wanted to do this as a career, not as a job. I didn't see this as something I'm going to get bored of in 2 or 3 years. It's something that I want to keep doing as a passion for a very, very long time. So through chiropractic college, we get business classes and we're taught what to look for and what to do to maintain our business. And one of the biggest ones is, much like Mark said, is to work smarter, not harder. And what's more smart in the Juice Plus company than having residual income? You can do work and you can actually take like a little bit of time off and you still get paid for that work that you did. That doesn't happen with regular classic jobs or classic careers. So that was something that was very big. Another thing we're taught is to always have a plan B. I think people that live in Alberta have figured this out already, that not everything is stable. Fort Mac just seems to keep getting kicked, and just when times are tough, they get tougher. And it doesn't matter what industry you're in. I'm in the health industry, and we got kicked pretty hard with it too. So having a plan B is something that's very big, and that will tie into something I will talk about later, which is actually my Juice Plus story that I'm going to be talking about a little bit here. But plan Bs are going to add security in an environment where security is never guaranteed, and you need to have some sort of plan B. And what we're also taught is that you have to work. You have to put in so you can get stuff out. What you get out, what you put in, right? That's a really big thing. And you also need to constantly grow and learn. So 2 years ago, when the Juice Plus business was brought to me, and it was brought to me by my father, a practicing successful chiropractor, has been practicing for 34 years now. He talked to me about it, and it didn't make sense to me because you kind of sit there and go, okay, how much do you make an hour? It's not how it works. You go, no, that doesn't make sense. And it's hard to grasp at first, but I took all these concepts that I learned, the plan B, the work smarter, and I applied them to this, and I saw, are they interchangeable? Will they work together? Will it give me the freedom I want? Will it give me an income? And the answer is yes. Like, the short answer is yes. And they do that in such a way that they actually have even more benefits on top of that. As a chiropractor, I can only do so much. In the Juice Plus industry and business, you can keep working. I once asked a woman named Yvonne Cunningham, do you ever really like kind of stop and retire? And she just looked at me and kind of laughed. She's like, do you ever stop talking to people? I'm like, no, not really. And she goes, no, you create these connections and everything just keeps growing, and you just get this, your industry just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And as a chiropractor, I can only get so big. I can only see so many patients. So with that, you kind of have to, one thing that made a lot of sense to me is talking to my friends. They spend a lot of time investing in companies and investing out, and why that's so important to not only invest your time and work smarter, but to invest your capital is especially like times like this when times are hard. You need an extra $500 or more a month. And you think what that would do for the average person. Extra $500 a month may be taking your family somewhere, taking yourself or your siblings, or going out and visiting your siblings that live far away. There are these little things that really add up. And even on top of that, if you have the money to go and do that, what would that extra $500 do if you were able to invest that into something more important, like some sort of company that you want to invest in, but very importantly too, into one of your kids' futures if you have kids. So you kind of have to think about that like that. And if you do truly want to invest in with this company and spend the time, is you have to give it a solid 4 years. And there's a reason behind that, is you can't try something in 1 month and then give up. It doesn't work that way. You have to give something your everything, and you have to do it to the absolute failure. And if you don't get it in 4 years, you say you gave it a good shot. But to go back to something that actually I just mentioned, it's May 9th today, I believe. Yeah, it is. This is 13 years on the dot. This is the 13-year anniversary of a car accident that I got, and it actually started my Juice Plus career, or Juice Plus product story. And in that accident, I had more or less been hit by a car, and I suffered severe debilitating injuries. One of them being a severe skull fracture that almost killed me, and the other one being a destroyed ankle. And from that, I went through surgery. It wasn't healing. I was told they're going to have to fuse my ankle, which would have destroyed me at 17 years old. And what had ended up happening after going into almost panic mode, being told that there was nothing I could do and I would never get better, I just out of sheer panic, we went on Juice Plus, just say, hey, it won't hurt you, it's fruits and vegetables. And in almost 6 weeks, I'd healed completely after 12 weeks of negative healing, where I was actually going the opposite direction. So my Juice Plus story started pretty much 13 years ago to this day, which is really interesting and ties into my business because of the injuries I received. There is going to be a point where I have to retire early. There is not going to be 40 years of practice for me. There's going to be a certain amount of time before I'm unable to walk properly in order to perform my job. And at that time, I need to retire. So my plan B is very clear to me, is what I need to do. And when I started this company, I made a very powerful goal for myself, was by the time I'm 35 years old, that I want this company to be able to replace my income if I ever needed to get away from chiropractic for whatever reason. And it's something that will, people may write their vision boards down, but it's something that's constantly burnt into my brain, that at one point I need to be able to provide for my family when I physically cannot do what I am doing now. And something that Kelly mentioned is that we got to maintain our bodies. We got to be there. Same thing with Danny about having that preventative care. Well, my prevention ended with that day I had that collision with that car. And now it's just trying to maintain myself for as long as possible. So business like this for me is almost a blessing because it gives me everything that I wanted. So to kind of end things off, I always talk about kind of a little bit of polarism here. There's two types of people out there. This works with health too, is that there are people that are going to see a problem, they're going to see something, and they're going to make a change for the better. They're going to invest in the plan B. They're going to spend their time in the plan B, knowing that in the future will help them. And the other type of people, which unfortunately heavily outnumber the other type, is that people will wait till something bad happens. They'll wait till their job goes somewhere. They'll wait till an industry dies out. They'll wait till something bad happens to them, much like something happened to me. And then they'll make a decision. The problem is that a lot of that time that it can be a little bit too late. And having that plan B ahead of time and working proactively rather than reactively is something that I think everybody needs to have. Whether that be Juice Plus, which I think is a great idea, or it be something else, but always have that plan B.
Wow, thank you so much, Brett. Your story is absolutely incredible. And I think every time I hear it, it gives me that much more product belief. For somebody who doesn't have a huge product story, tonsil infections. But when I hear something like yours, it's just like, holy, if it can do that for you, then what can it do for us all long term? I absolutely love this product. Thank you so much for sharing.
Welcome.
Okay, and then just to close it up, guys, very briefly, we've had some powerful, powerful speakers tonight, and I want to thank everybody who did share their story tonight. But I think it's really clear that, network marketing is a better way. It is a way for us to have that backup plan. For me, this started as just a side option as well. I ended up going through a very sudden divorce, and I was faced with going back to teaching or raising my children, not a choice that any parent ever wants to make. And this little plan B that I started just as a side option really gave me the choice to stay home and raise my children. And really, when they went through one of the darkest times of their life, and I went through one of the darkest times of mine, not only did we have the opportunity to stay together, but we had our Juice Plus community just coming and rallying around us. And if you've ever wanted a positive community in your life, you'll definitely find that here. I was able to replace my teaching income within about a year of working really hard. I mean, really hard. I chose the different way, and I took a risk, and it wasn't easy, but it was so worth it because I've been in the business now for 4 years, and those 4 years would have passed anyways. And I worked, pedal to the metal for sure, but I was passionate about what I was doing, and I wanted to do this more than teaching because I can have an impact on more people. Like Mark said, that's your greatest currency. So for me now, I've way surpassed my teaching income to 4 to 5 times more than I made as a teacher. Every month on the 10th when my paycheck is deposited, I just almost like this is my facial expression when I look at my bank account. I've never, as a single mother, would have ever imagined that I could have provided for my family in this way. But the choices that it's giving us, Brett, you talked about traveling and going on random trips here or there, and we can totally do that. We can go to Hawaii. We can go down to Phoenix. We can go wherever we want, because for me, the money brings choice and experiences and moments that we'll not forget. Like going down to Seattle and spending the summer away. And when tragedy hits, for me, this is the first time in my entire life that I've been in a financial position to actually contribute, with all of these people that are being evacuated from their homes. I can contribute financially and time-wise. And I can't even tell you how good that feels to be able to actually do something. All my life, when I barely had enough money to make ends meet, tragedy would hit at wherever it was around the world, and I would just feel so helpless and so ashamed that I couldn't do anything. I was barely able to feed my kids. And this time, being able to help other people feed their kids has been really, really humbling, to the point of making me emotional. And that's, I feel, what having extra money can do for you. And so if you're thinking about doing something different, guys, make the choice, do it. It's $50. We've got a solid system. Our product is second to none. The research is there. The company's been around for 40 years. We're a multi-billion-dollar company, and you've got a community of people that want to help others that are coming in because this is a health product. And so I want to thank everybody for taking the time to take a look at what we have to offer. And if you're interested, please go back to the person who shared this with you and ask them for some more information and take that leap, because it really can be life-changing. So thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm just going to